They told me I was exaggerating, but last night proved my point as far as my prediction that schools are going to be closing. Last night, APS, Atlanta Public School System, had a board meeting and they voted to pass the bill for the project to close down 16 schools or consolidate in the APS district. So let's talk about this a little bit. What does this cause? This causes first job loss, but most importantly, what it does, why does it happen? Let's talk about that first. It's happening because of low enrollment. Now, when you hear low enrollment, does that make you think, well, are people just not going to school anymore? Well, common sense, we know that's not the case. People are definitely going to school still. It's just that they're changing how they're going to school. So the cause of this is low enrollment is the basic purpose for the school closures. So what happens here is when you have low enrollment, that leads to empty school buildings. You guys remember I told you back during the pandemic, that was a trial run for what you're seeing now. They went to virtual learning and they realized, wow, instead of one teacher teaching a classroom full of 28 to 30 kids, what if we put it online and they could teach 100? That means we need less teachers, less administrators, and more importantly, we don't need school buildings. So what happens is the low enrollment causes empty buildings to take place. What happens here is when that happens, the district has to shift and they have to start consolidating. Then when you have consolidation, what you do is you now redraw the community. You redraw the maps, actually. This affects tax changes. It affects property values. So now people's property values are going to be shifting. And then when that happens, you now have a loss of jobs. So if 16 school districts are going to be closing or consolidating, that means there's 16 principal positions that are eliminated. That means there's at least 16 vice principals, because my understanding now you have 2 and 3 vice principals in a school. But let's just keep it conservative. That's 32 people that's going to be out of a job. Well, 32 sets. So with that happening, you're going to have 16 principals out of a job. You're going to have 16 vice principals out of a job. Most of those principals will probably have to shift over and accept a VP job. Those VPs are going to be ousted, and now they're going to have to bump some